This is my turtle tank. It's 8 feet long, 3 feet wide, 20 inches high. The base is 8 feet long, 3 feet wide, 32 inches high. I'd like to thank Barry Bob for all of his wonderful videos on his turtle tank. Over the last couple of years, I've been researching turtle tanks, and I really think his made total sense, so you'll find mine very, very similar to his. I used a lot of his ideas. Again, they just made total sense to me, and the turtles are extremely happy in a tank of this size. I have 3 turtles. My first turtle here is Splash. He is an albino red-eared slider. I've had him for 14 years. I have a male painted turtle. His name is Mr. Turtle. The kids named him that when they were little. He was a baby we found on the street. He's 14 also. If you look in the background, I have a female painted turtle I just acquired a couple months ago. Her name, the grandkids named Mrs. Turtle, because you have to have a Mrs. Turtle for a Mr. Turtle, they said. And there she is. She's kind of shy when this thing is running. She's very friendly when this thing isn't running. Here's the center basking spot. It's 12 by 16 by 6 inches deep, and I have sand in it. And hopefully as she gets older, we'll maybe get some eggs out of it. Out of her and him. This is the right basking spot. It's on a tray that's 1 inch high by 12 by 16 with sand, and then there's PVC piping below on all 3 of these, and I kind of camouflaged them with fake plants. I have lots of catfish in here, and I have a pleco. There's my pleco. Believe it or not, he's 12. He's rather big. I have 3 different varieties of catfish. I have Mopani wood in here. The Mopani wood I soaked for 8 weeks before I got the tank. It's still releasing tannins, but it's getting better. It gets clear. Every week it seems to be a little clearer. I have driftwood in here, and there's a bubbler coming out of the driftwood. I have 3 pots in here with fake and real plants mixed, and I found these pots at Joann Fabrics, and they look like rocks, so I thought they would do well in this tank. I have Marimo moss balls. I've got about 15, 20 of them. And the turtles kind of tear them apart, but a lot of them are still intact, and they kind of roll around in there. I have sand as a substrate. It's just play sand from Menards, and that's staying really clean. I am just totally amazed at how clean this tank stays. Barry Bob was right. The bigger the tank, the easier it is to take care of things. I have a wet-dry filter, and there you can see it comes out there, and then it sucks in. And I have caging over it so the fish don't go through. And I haven't lost any fish yet, so I have 3 100-watt Power Sun lamps, 1 over each basking spot. I can show you my wet-dry filter. It's underneath here, and it's a eShops 300. It works very well. I have no complaints. I have 2 700 gallons per hour pumps pumping. I'd like to thank my wonderful son Brian. He did all the piping for me. He's done all the piping in all my turtle tanks, and boy, he just knows how to do it. I get lost in that stuff, and he's just absolutely wonderful at it, and he just comes and puts them together for me. This is my overflow. It's just a bucket. It holds 20 gallons of water. It lasts me almost 2 weeks. So when we go on vacation and stuff, it lasts quite a while. This is where I drain the sump. I shut everything down, and the sump fills up to that blue tape. And then I hook a garden hose up, and I turn those 2 blue switches there, and then it goes out to the backyard. Then I just flip them back, and then I use a hose from the sink and fill it back up. I have a whole house water filter system, so I don't have any chlorine or anything. And there's my ATF back there that's running for the bucket to fill up the tank to fill up the sump when it needs to be filled. My heater is in the sump, and this tells me when it's on and off, and it tells me what the temperature is. It works really well. I think that's about it for right now. As I learn more about my tank, and I have other turtles I can show you, so as I learn more, I will do more videos.